skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just throw my wheels. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving that soldier chills. My jewelry that cold is chill. Story treacherous, I effortlessly show skills. Yeah, let's go. That first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, this way, before the
STRO. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you.
Yeah.
I can't spend a day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Then I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Shorty, she support ride, lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better. You will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride? Never tired. You will never know. You ain't never tried. Work it out. Hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job. You can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news. What I do?
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready. 54 Mike. Check X3. 218. Jump. Sleep them.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He's checking. Rock it. Watch the twins. Hey.
On first down, Reeves. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. But it'll be second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Ready.
From the gun, Reeves. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Looking to throw. Reeves. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Colts take it right down and score. On the opening drive. A try here for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7, Texans nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Watson. Looking deep downfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
First down, Colts.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43.
Check. Crunch.
Off the play fake. Reeves. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now it's Hines. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On 3rd down, Reeves. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the 31.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Texans nothing.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Looking to run with Mack. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Marlon Mack, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Throwing to start the drive. Reeves. They'll run the screen with Mack. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They run with Hines. Oh, look at the juke. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Reeves. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. As his guys are in for 6, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to put...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 34.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right, already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Watson looks to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Watson. Flush to his right. Touchdown, Texans. Extra point attempt to come here. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to. After
the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? A shotgun snap for Watson. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They are going for it. Here's Watson. And he comes back with one complete. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Watson operating from the gun. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
On 2nd and 10, Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! At their own 46-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Reeves. He wants it all for the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
We got this. At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 43 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On first down, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Brings up 3rd down.
Hey, 31!
Watson now, throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. And I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 30. To put this one out of reach. Now the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're going for it. It's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
No gain on the play there, second down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, Charlie!
At the 36-yard.
To throw on second down, Reeves. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
That's the way you make it spin.
A big play there. 64 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out. on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. On first down, it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. To the air yet again, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. From 8 yards out, and the Texans are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, a nice spin. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now he'll let it go deep left side. It's caught at the 10. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Here's Hines. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's Mack. And they'll get him down right around the 16. DJ Reader there on the tackle. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
16-yard line.
2nd and long. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And his kick is good. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Back now on EA Sports. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And
a big loss here as he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Set up, 50, plant. Time to go, night. Double tight.
3 down, 3 down.
5.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
On the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Colts, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.